Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest presidents of the United States. In the wilderness of Kentucky, 1809, a child was born in a humble log cabin. His name, Abraham Lincoln. Pan across a foggy forest and a small log cabin at sunrise. The man who saved America. In his early life, Abraham Lincoln grew up in hardship. The boy from the frontier learned early that knowledge and perseverance were more powerful than wealth or birthright. Young Lincoln splitting wood with an axe. A scene of Lincoln always reading a book. Tracking shot of him walking alone through the forest. Early career and politics. From these humble beginnings, Lincoln rose to become a lawyer. A voice for reason in a nation growing dangerously divided. Old courtroom sketches. Lincoln standing in silhouette. Shadowed images of Illinois state capitol and early political gatherings. Dramatic overlay of newspapers and letters with words like Honest Abe highlighted. Quick montage of him debating Stephen Douglas, faceless silhouettes. 1. His life in presidency and Civil War. In 1860, Lincoln was elected as the U.S. president. What began as a war for survival became a war for freedom itself. Lincoln wore a type of tall hat that looked like a stovepipe. Sometimes, he carried important papers under his hat. Lincoln's silhouette in a White House versus maps of seceded states. Pan over Union and Confederate soldiers in misty battlefields. Smoke and cannon fire overlays. Slow motion of horse-mounted soldiers. Emancipation Proclamation document fades in. Text highlighted dramatically. Gettysburg and leadership. At Gettysburg, he spoke words that would echo across centuries. The courage of principle. The courage of a man who understood that freedom demanded sacrifice. Fallen soldiers and a foggy battlefield. Lincoln at podium. It took him just 2 minutes to give the Gettysburg Address. In the speech, Lincoln tied the Union war effort to the principles of American democracy. Lincoln's famous speech begins with the words "fourscore and 7 years ago." Fade into a close-up of hands holding the Constitution and old letters. His assassination and death. 5 days after the Civil War ended, Abraham and Mary Lincoln attended a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. During the play, an actor and Southern sympathizer named John Wilkes Booth crept up behind the president and shot him. Lincoln died the following morning. Lincoln's coffin was put on a special train and sent back to Springfield, Illinois, for burial. Thousands of people lined the route to view Lincoln's coffin and mourn his death. But even greatness comes at a cost. Yet, even in death, his vision lived on. His legacy will live forever. Abraham Lincoln's legacy is eternal. His story reminds us that even from the humblest beginnings, greatness can be born. Lincoln Memorial. American flag waving with sunlight breaking through clouds. Old portraits of Lincoln blending into modern images of America. Stories that rise from the shadows. Subscribe to Black Project Reborn for more.